Okay, this is tutorial number 2. Let me teach you how to make a drop-down menu. So first you right-click on the drop-down that you want to change, or the cell. You can even make it in an empty cell, and you go down to data validation. Click on that, and there's a list here. And so you can delete that, and you can put Jones Elementary, and then you can do Bob High School, and make sure you put a comma and press save, and notice that it says list of items. And now you have your own customized school drop-down menu. A lot of you may have one school or multiple schools. It says invalid, but you can ignore that because it's just going to correct itself once you click on the new list item. And there you go. Now we go down to the reason for referral. And there's the plus button here. You press the plus, and it says what the reason for referral was. So I have it on triennial, so you double click on that. Student study team referred, and what was Jane's areas of concern? She had behavior issues, listening comprehension, attention issues, motor, and if you want to write an other issue that wasn't described, you can write that in here. You could say truancy, which could be a behavior, but just there if you need it. And you can type in what areas are going to be evaluated. This is an initial, maybe academic, health, intellectual. We talked about motor, that's connected here. And if there's another area, you can write that too. You don't have to write in any of these cells. It's not going to change the formula. Then you click this button on the left, and then it says what she was referred for. So as you can see here, there's a space. So whenever there's spaces or cells that you may not want, you don't have to delete them. Actually, it's better to right-click, hold, and see how it highlights everything, and then right-click and hide the rows. So it's kind of like the drop-down effect, but how this kind of hides it, but it's a different way to do it. And if you want to expand it, you can press on these arrows, and it'll expand it again. See? If you make a mistake, you can also click this button, undo, and see how it hides it again. So it has a great memory for that. That's one reason why Google Sheets option was so important to use. Google Sheets can be used on the cloud, so that means that you can have multiple people inputting data. Here we have the procedure, what you're going to be using, parent input, double click, and there's a lot right here. And if you wanted to add anything, it's the same thing. You right click, go down to the data validation part, and then you can add something in here, and making sure that you separate it with a comma. Other thing. And then you double click, and it's down there at the bottom. Okay, double click here, you can put in different dates. Once you put it in for the most recent date, then it works out there. Next, we're going to talk about the health and developmental information.